Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then? Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fie, this is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? You've no memories, you say? Mayhap you could make for Melve, then. 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish to know. I shall answer, if 'tis within my power to do so. Nomads, we are oft called. Born in other worlds, we travel here by means of the rift stones that we might aid you, Arisen. However, I cannot speak as to our true nature, for I know of it not. None of us do. We do not need to. We merely do as we are commanded. Rift stones are gates that connect this world to a multitude of others. By their power have we crossed into this world, and when our mission is done, by their power shall we return to our own. 'Tis the name given to fate's chosen, those destined to command the Pawn Legion and safeguard the world from the threat of the dragon. Even with your memories lost to you, I am afraid you cannot escape your fate. Very well. May fortune speed you on your way, Arisen.
Arisen? I should have expected you may yet linger here. If we share our strengths, we can begin formulating a strategy that caters to our
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter the speaker. Shall we discuss tactics now or later?
tired. I barely the vin to tie my boots.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Well met. Always a pleasure.
I cannot wait to put this...
Going out, are you? You sure that's a good idea? You seem rather unwell. You ought at least rest for the evening. There should be a... Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take it from me. You're better off rest... Come now, don't be stubborn. 'Twould be suicide to venture out in such a state.
I mustn't let the captain see my nose.
That looks promising.
Hoy there. You seem well tired. My pa always used to say, aye, being armed, you should stop by the inn in Melv if you get the chance. No harm.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
Over here, if you please.
Must hold out till someone comes to relieve me.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Hail! You a soldier? We've had to start sending out...
Is that so?
Lachlan.
Aye, I expect he will.
Ocado.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area?
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fuck! Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be... You've my thanks. And Ocado's...
Let us make haste, that no life may be lost on our account.
Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
We must not let down our guard.
I see it. We trounced our foe well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
How am I meant to slay the beasts if I cannot strike them? Get down here, feathered fiends! Who are you? You come to...
I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
In another world, I learned that a forgotten Riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master?
So, this is Melv. The scars left by the dragon's assault up.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
Pitiable arisen.
My bed calls.
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny, thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Watch out! This moment forth, thou art arisen, charge and all.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me. Thank goodness. How are you feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas terrible. I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. Arisen. I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle? They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory of this either.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. The ruler of Vermont, currently convalescing, and if you claim the same, then I dispatched a missive. Would you be willing to accompany? Oh, but I would not. Come to think, mayhap now would be a good time to...
Someone must have the answers we seek. If we ask around, we might just find them.
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking.
Shall we go and speak with Sir Lennart, Master? I take it you've some business with this.
Well met. You're the one who... She told me all about him in your debt. Now, tell me, perhaps you already know... Well now, go on, twill. If there is aught you wish to know of vacations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vacation... I am a fighter myself. 'Tis a vacation for those... I am a fighter myself. Naturally, 'tis a vacation. At close range, however, a bow is nary. 'Tis a vacation for the... However, the more... Thus, a mage is 'Tis a vacation for those who... However, the more... Thus, a mage is unlikely to... 'Tis a vacation for thieves favor light. Their talents depend upon their finesse, and should you dedicate, try them, as you like. Very well. There is no... But I shan't take up any more of your time.
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
He really ought to have returned by
So this is where you've been. Come with me to...
Shall we seek some answers?
What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. But that place puts my hairs on it. Yet it ought to befall him.
I'm a man of leisure.
What should I get up to today?
My bed. Shall
Didn't you hear me? The Watchhead's waiting. Follow me to the village entrance. Didn't you hear me?
If you are in need of aid, pray say the word.
Ah, you've returned. Good time. First and foremost, my thanks. Ah, good. Then let us be...
Boy, where do you think you're going?
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master.
We've got goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. I cannot fault your prowess.
I'm merely here.
Well said.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. Our kingdom sees many pretenders, and they are not dealt with like dystopian. Regardless, we would do well not to invite my mistrust on our journey.
Your skill, Master. An obstacle blocks our way. Perhaps we might remove it by force.
If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. My type... You have assistance?
Is that a statue I espy, over yonder?
We ought to take a closer look.
Hold here a moment.
Who's that you've brought with...
An Arisen.
An Arisen?
'Tis uncertain.
What?
I'm well aware of if the claim is for... All's been arranged.
Anyone give me?
Polish up on takes tomorrow. How are we to fight with such worn out?
An ox cart was meant to meet...
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
We've little need for a campsite at present.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises.
everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury.
Battle is... I knew you would prevail, Master.
Use these flames to smite our enemies. I'll combine my magic with yours, that you might cast the spell more quickly.
Dry off as soon as you can. Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
Goblins, Master!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I shan't let them harm you.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever, I'm yours to command.
You must cleanse yourself of that oil post-haste. As a matter of fact, curious thing. One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
Each to their own.
Then I shall remain by your side.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this.
As the Arisen commands, so must we abide. Show some haste.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
No challenges beyond our combined might.
Indeed, you are correct. I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring. I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
Can't expect to fare so well every day.
We've got goblins!
There'll be no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Hang in there, Master. I'm coming to assist.
There's a cave in the vicinity that you've yet to explore. I can take us there, using knowledge I gained beyond the rift.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Sleeper! Very well. I shall return. Battle is best avoided here.
Living's hard, but brings it free.
but a long day of work.
I
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell us, there's been a shift in the chain of command. How are we to get through this door?
Love waking up knowing anything.
Halt! You are approaching the gates of Vernworth, capital of Vermund. None may pass without the proper documents. If you've an entry permit, an invitation, or proof of citizenship, present it now. Nothing to show? Go on then, away with you! What do you think you're doing? Troops, surround this rogue!
I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? You, and no other. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, and in Vermund's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here!
you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait.
'Tis good to be reunited.
Sir Accardo is in need of our aid.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have you... Have a look.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
This looks as good a place as any. This really is fine craftsmanship. I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
I'm glad of any business in these troubled times.
This looks as good.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. Tis not a matter for prying ears. As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would... Yet if we are to prove your identity, it was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be none would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Only select members of the nobility. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, the citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that... What say you? I thank you, your Majesty. The first is Trevo Mine. Next is Half Village. West. Finally, there is a call for some...
There is no shortage of beasts.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to... You will need to infiltrate the... I have attempted to do this, but that I could undertake. What say you, your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, I refer to Waldar. Many a time as Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of... And many a time as the Majesty... Our laws dictate that thus. What say you? Might you be... I prepared a means for you. This mission demands the utmost. Should you be discovered,
Over here, if you would.
there is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen, do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
'Tis this way.
Well met, sir.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
Pray, follow me.